Kelsey. Welcome back.
Hey, how are you?
I'm doing well. How are you doing?
I'm good, I'm okay.
Good. So what I would like to do is just go ahead and talk about, see how things were going with you last week, and then I'm going to just kind of put your mood on a scale for me.
Okay.
And then we're going to review the homework that you did. Okay, and then we'll talk about that, okay?
Sounds good.
All right. So tell me a little bit about how you're feeling last week.
Okay.
From a scale from 1 to 10, 1 being the least, the worst that you felt, and 10 being the best.
I guess like a 5.
Okay.
Yeah, just
Good.
right in the middle, really. Not like extremely happy, not extremely depressed. So.
Right. Good. And so last week, well, when I saw you last week, we had talked about, you're stressing, wondering, since you failed an exam, should you even stay in the grad program? So tell me, after applying your homework and everything, how do you feel about that now?
I feel a little bit better. I've actually, so I guess, can I tell you about last week a little bit?
Yeah.
So, okay, when I left, I was so not sure that this little triangle thing would work, but I went ahead and tried it and decided to stay in the program ultimately. I know when I left, we were still undecided. I was pretty much 50-50. But I, went through the triangle and kept thinking different thoughts and how that made me feel, and then it changed what I actually did, which was stay in the program. So that's good. I did get a better grade yesterday on a different assignment from a different professor, so that was cool too. But I will say I'm almost a little bit more stressed now because I am staying in the program, which means in about 6 months I have to defend a thesis, which is the scariest thing I've ever had to do. And I have so much anxiety even talking about that. So that's kind of my low point, I guess, of last week, is deciding that, but also at the same time knowing what it's going to equal.
Okay. So what I hear you saying is, now that you've done the homework in the triangle, and that's great to hear that it helped you make that decision to stay in the program. So very good. But now that you've decided to stay in it, but now you're having anxiety and issues about this big upcoming thesis and defending it, and you've got some, negative thoughts swirling around that event.
Yeah,
and so,
definitely.
But let me go ahead and let's review your homework, okay?
Okay.
And so you did the thought triangle. Okay, so T for thoughts, F for feelings down here, and then C for consequences.
Behaviors.
Yeah. So tell me, in regards to when you were deciding on doing stopping the program, because you failed an exam. So tell me, what were some of the negative thoughts you had surrounding that?
So the negative thoughts, I guess, were I'm a complete failure.
Okay.
Because I did fail an exam in grad school. I guess I also felt hopeless.
Okay.
And finally, I suppose I felt just really embarrassed.
Okay. Embarrassed. All right. So those definitely are some negative thoughts there. And so tell me how that made you feel when you're having these thoughts.
Well, I guess, I've already named a few feelings. I guess, so my thoughts, can I just go back? I guess
oh yeah, I see that you
I guess
helpless, embarrassed. It's more the feelings. So tell me so you felt like a failure. So what were some other automatic thoughts you had?
That I was incompetent.
Okay, incompetent.
That I was stupid and I shouldn't even be in the program to begin with.
Okay. So you felt like a complete failure, incompetent, and felt stupid, and that you shouldn't be in the program. So, So tell me, so you've also mentioned a couple of feelings already that we're going to put down here in the feelings part. So you felt hopeless.
Yeah.
Okay. Embarrassed.
Yeah, and just super sad. Just so sad.
Okay. Super sad. All right. So when you're having these feelings, what did that look like? What were some of the behaviors that you were?
Oh my gosh, I wanted to sleep all the time.
Okay.
I wasn't exercising at all.
Okay.
And I just didn't want to talk to anyone. not even my fiance. Like, I didn't want to talk to anyone at all.
Okay, so you just kind of shut everyone down, kind of isolated.
Yeah.
Okay, and then you wanted to sleep all the time, and so you weren't exercising. So yeah, that would make sense too.
And I just I felt like I wanted to quit the program. Like, I mean, that was my ultimate. After feeling that, I literally just was ready to quit.
Okay, so tell me, what did you do by using this thought triangle to turn this around? So what were some of the thoughts that were making the negatives into the positives? So tell me about that.
So I guess the biggest one for me was, I'm not the only person that's ever, had issues with grad school. So I know plenty of people in my family that they had a hard time at points and they did fine. And I have some doctors in my family that they had issues too. So that helps knowing there's other people.
Right. So you were thinking about other people and family and friends that that actually done well in the program. So good.
I also started thinking, well, I obviously got in for a reason, and I've never made this kind of grade before. So I feel like I'm not necessarily stupid. I just may have a hard time with this class.
Good. So what I'm hearing is you were looking at others to kind of, look for inspiration. Like, if they can do it, I can do it.
Yeah.
And then also you did a great job on thinking to yourself, well, I mean, I have to be good enough because obviously I got in the program. So that says a lot, positive things and capabilities that you're able to have. So very good. And what was the other reason you were telling me, the positive thought?
Oh, well, and also, I mean, like, if I complete grad school, then if I complete it, then I will ultimately have a degree and then succeed and I won't drop out. So
Good.
Just stay in and further my education.
Yeah. So making that choice to stay in the program, see it through, and then that's going to be a higher reward to get your degree and be worth it. So very good, positive thoughts. So let's go into with the positive thoughts. Tell me about the feelings that you were feeling.
So with those, I felt a little bit more accepted, like I could accept myself almost.
Good.
I felt smart again, which is always nice.
Oh yeah.
And I just felt more relaxed, with less anxiety.
Right. Relax. Good. So now that you're having these positive feelings, tell me about what that looked like. What kind of behaviors?
Well, I didn't turn in my, wanting to decline or not graduate form. So I'm going to stick with it.
Good.
So that,
okay.
and I, go to class with an open mind now instead of just shutting down everything. So
Good. So you turned in your graduate form. Good. And you're going to class.
Right.
Great. So I'm so glad that worked for you. So what I would like to do today, since you've mentioned about the anxiety, about defending the thesis. Yeah. So how would you feel about taking this cognitive triangle and applying that to the negative and anxiety that you're feeling about your thesis?
I mean, I know it worked for this, and I'd be interested to see if it can work for, this other piece of it.
Yes.
So yeah, I'm willing to try anything. I just hate feeling this way.
I understand. So let's try it. So
we do a lot of triangles, don't we?
We do. T for thoughts, F for feelings, and C for consequence and behavior. So tell me about the negative thoughts or the thoughts surrounding.
There's no way I can defend a thesis.
Okay.
I'm not capable of coming up with something that's worthy and then defending it. These people are doctors and professors that I've possibly had and people that are so outstanding, and here's me like defending a thesis. So I just don't think I can do it.
Okay. So what I hear you saying is you just don't feel capable of presenting because of these professors and doctors. You feel like they are so knowledgeable and looking at you, like how could you possibly be able to defend something that, I've, had so much experience.
Yeah, exactly.
So you feel kind of inadequate.
Yeah. My thoughts are definitely just just that. It's exactly it.
All right. So let's take what you've been thinking, your automatic thoughts, and how you've been feeling when you
It's worried.
Worried. Okay.
Sad that I'm not confident, that I'm not smart.
Okay.
Similar to how I was feeling last week, but for a different reason. I guess just like a failure.
Okay. All right. Like a failure. So tell me about, what do you think that would change your behavior if you're thinking?
Oh gosh, it already has. Like I'm starting to just like go to class and kind of sit there and not really hear what's being said because I'm so focused on this thesis that's not even here yet that I don't even know what I'm doing. Nothing else matters to me right now. So I'm just kind of like, I don't know. It's I guess my behavior, if we would label it that way, is just very, I don't know, like, I don't know what the right word is. Very just kind of blah. Like I'm not, like I'm going to classes, but I'm not engaging.
Okay, so you're not engaged in classes. Good. When you go there, you're not really
not talking
receptive
to anybody,
to the materials, right?
No, not receptive. Not taking notes anymore, and I'm not talking to my friends in the class. And I've known them for 3 years.
So you're kind of withdrawing from other classmates.
Yeah, everyone.
Okay. Okay. So let's go back to the T. I'm going to draw another triangle.
Okay. Yet another triangle.
Okay. So what are some positive thoughts that you can look at the situation about your thesis?
Well, if I do it, that's pretty amazing. So it would be a great accomplishment. I guess, I don't know, a great accomplishment. Like, also if I did it, along with being accomplished, I would have the degree I want, and so not only accomplished like with my self-esteem, but scholarly accomplished as well, I suppose, or academically.
Very good. So, with having the new thoughts of what a great accomplishment you would complete if you were to do the thesis, and then not only would you have overcome emotional war that you have with yourself, you've also physically, scholarly gained this degree. So great. So with these positive thoughts, how does that make you feel when you start thinking?
Super excited.
Okay.
I mean, wow, like if I pull it off, that would be the best day of my life. So excited and hopeful.
Good.
And just happy. Makes me happy.
Great. All right. So what would that look like behavior-wise? What do you think would the results of that would be?
Well, I would definitely like care about school again. I would take notes and everything. I would talk to my friends. We would probably celebrate after we defended the theses or whatever, like it would be great. I'd be social again. I wouldn't, isolate. It would be a perfect world.
Great. Well, I think that sounds like I think we got a great game plan going. Since
I like how you drew it out so I could like visually see what's going on.
Absolutely. So this is a great tool for you. So for my challenge to you is to take this triangle and let's give this a try when it comes to thinking about doing your thesis. And since you've decided to stay on the program, which I applaud you, and I'm so grateful that this exercise helped you in making that decision, and glad you decided to stay. And so now we just have to conquer this little hurdle and you'll have your degree.
Yes,
so
I'm
excited for you. I know you can do this.
Thank you.
Okay. So anyway, I will see you next week. Okay. And I appreciate you coming in.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
No problem, Kelsey. Thank you.